Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Ademola Bookmen Injury Time. We're going to be producing an extra episode every week, and this week we're doing our very first five-a-side draft. My name's Al Bond. I'm here with my co-host John Coughlin. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Al. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, Johnny.
Excited about the draft?
Well, I'm excited for you, Johnny, because we're doing Irish players for you, which is nice. Are you excited for the draft?
Yeah, let's do it. Tell us how it's going to work then.
Okie dokie. So, we each need to make a team of 5 players, 1 goalkeeper, 4 outfield players, of Irish players who have played in the Premier League. I think you've got to be retired. We can't have any players still playing. Now, people always say, but what's the point in comparing players from different ages? I mean, you can't compare Mike Tyson with Muhammad Ali. Well, now you can, because Johnny has borrowed an AI supercomputer from the tabloid newspapers. And we're going to be feeding those teams in. We're going to be feeding our teams in. And we're going to be seeing, actually, who has chosen the best team.
We're like Professor Frink in The Simpsons.
Oy. Yeah, it's one of the strong ones.
So we toss a coin, I assume. How's it going to work there?
Yes, we
toss a coin and then we take turns.
Exactly that, Johnny, exactly that.
And I pick a player, you can't pick the same player, obviously.
Yeah, that's for the fun of it. That's the draft side of it.
Do you pledge here to accept the outcome from the computer?
Don't put me in some Donald Trump thing here. Yes, I pledge to accept. Well, I don't know. I mean, are you going to actually physically show me, or do I have to just rely on your word as to what the computer's saying?
You are going to have to suspend your disbelief to some extent. But I'm not that good an actor. You know, I'm not as good at accents as you or Martin Keown, and I'm just not a good actor generally. So I think you'll know. Also, like it would provide a reasoned explanation, which I will give you.
Well, that's very exciting. You know me, Johnny. I'm a man of honour, and I'm excited to find out who can produce the greatest Irish team of the Premier League era, five-a-side.
Let's do it.
Gladiators, ready!
I have an English 50p. Call it when it's in the air, baby.
Tails.
Oh, that's tails, I think. It's not the Queen's head anyway.
All right then, lovely. So we're going to start off our Premier League Irish five-a-side. All right, for my first pick, Johnny,
you fucking prick.
I'm going to pick a defender, Johnny. I'm going to pick a player who was very special to me in my childhood. Someone who was so special to me that I took his middle name. I took his name as my middle name. My first pick for the Irish five-a-side, I'm going for a left back, and I'm going for Dennis Irwin. Do you know anything about Dennis Irwin? He's in there for me, Johnny. Dennis Irwin, number 3. Anything you'd like to say about Dennis Irwin, Johnny? I mistook myself for you. You took his name, Johnny, didn't you? Because you loved him so much. I shouldn't have picked him. I should have picked someone else. Oh, bugger.
Well, I'm pretty happy that you picked him. But yes, I took my confirmation name, Dennis, after Dennis Irwin. I was going to take Eric or Dennis.
Dennis Irwin, totally reliable, great free kicks. He'd be excellent on a five-a-side pitch. He's spread around. He could be.
I can pick any player now.
Yes, so the first pick, you can pick any player, but you can't pick Dennis Irwin. So
you're doing are you trolling me? Like, what's going on here? Like, you're doing an Irish best anything, and you haven't picked Roy Keane.
Well, who's a better defender, mate? Who's a better defender for Ireland?
Well, just let me just cement this right now. Then, like, my first pick officially is Roy Keane.
What a boring pick! Boo. So predictable, Johnny.
Can I ask a question? And obviously, I guess it's we get to decide ourselves, but what's the rule on goalkeepers?
Yeah, you just got to pick one.
Do you have to have a goalkeeper?
Yeah, we have to have a goalkeeper.
And I'm not... Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's got to be a goalkeeper. I mean, you got to have a goalkeeper.
There has to be a goalkeeper.
All right, you don't have to pick a goalkeeper, Johnny. Let's see how fucking good your five-a-side team is with no goalkeeper. Excellent. Who are you going to put in goal?
Roy Keane.
All right then. You know, okay, that's fair enough. All right, Roy Keane's in goal. You heard that here. Okay, so make sure when you're taking account of these teams that Roy Keane is playing for Johnny in goal. Okay, excellent. All right, then I've got Dennis Irwin.
You've got Dennis Irwin.
Playing in defence, and you've got Roy Keane playing in goal. Excellent. I think my team looks better. All right, for my next pick, I'm going to go with a striker, and I'm going to go with another Keane, Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane up front for Bondies, 5-a-side. Okay. Robbie Keane, famously Birmingham supporter, Blackburn supporter. Who does he support? He supports lots of teams, doesn't he? Oh, Robbie. Big Maccabi Tel Aviv fan, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's not well liked in Ireland these days for Ireland is a bit of an outlier, I guess, on this particular issue. And Robbie's kind of going against the grain with this particular one, isn't he?
I mean, how did that ever happen? I mean, there must be some sort of agent involved, like the old chairman of old Maccabi Tel Aviv. Like, we need a new direction. I understand Robbie Keane used to play football. I mean, has he got any coaching credentials whatsoever?
Well, he's done his badges and all the rest of it, and he did a thing where he was appointed as a coach by the FAA in the Mick McCarthy setup. The latter Mick McCarthy setup. McCarthy was replaced by Stephen Kenny, and Kenny said, "I don't want him." So Keane just got paid for a couple of years.
Oh, that's nice for him, isn't it? Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, the Irish FA is famously flush with cash, isn't it? Like, got loads. All right then. So Johnny, your second pick.
Duff.
Did you just say Damien Duff?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got Damien Duff up front, Roy Keane in goal. I've got... I'm not going to keep saying it. I might say it for a little bit more. All right, my next pick. Ooh, now it gets a bit harder, doesn't it? I'm going to go for Big Niall Quinn up front. Here we go. Look at that front line, 5-a-side. And it's not going to be under head height, but that's going to make it easy with Niall Quinn. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick Shay Given now then.
Shay Given, I didn't want him, Johnny. Didn't want Shay Given. All right, so Shay Given, what? He's going to play in midfield. All right, so. All right, well then, I guess I'm not in a rush to pick a goalkeeper now with it gone. So you've got Shay Given. I guess that is your best option there. All right, so for my last outfield player, I'm going to go for Seamus Coleman. Seamus. Yeah. So look at that. There's some proper balance there, although do they both play on the left? Let's just...
Sorry, who was your third player?
So I've got Dennis Irwin, Robbie Keane, Niall Quinn and Seamus Coleman.
Okay, like my team is going to be so much better than yours, Al. It's not even a competition. I'm going to have Wes Houlihan now.
Who have you got? Who did you pick?
Wes Houlihan, the Irish Messi. Wessie.
I made a schoolboy error here. I didn't write down the name I really wanted. Fuck. Andy Reid. I should have put fucking Andy Reid in instead of Seamus Shitty Coleman or Niall Quinn.
You still can.
Well, I don't have a goalkeeper. All right. Quinn's out.
No.
Hang on. I fucked it, Johnny. Seamus Coleman's not retired. Aha! I've been saved by my own rules. All right, Coleman not retired in midfield. I'm going for the greatest ever Irish player, Andy Reid. Oh, stick your Wes Houlihan up, you fucking arse. Wes Houlihan is a poor man's Andy Reid at the best of times.
He plays the guitar, doesn't he, Andy Reid?
Yeah, he does. I think he's a good egg.
Your particular pick there should just be rendered redundant. You should have no one. You should only have 4 players because you broke the rules.
You don't make the fucking rules, Johnny. I make the rules. And I've stuck with him.
What do you think about my suggestion? Do you think you should just have no player?
I think I'm going to remove a player from you if you keep going like this.
Okay. And
I will, and I'll take away Roy Keane from you. I will. I can do it. These are my rules. All right. So I've got
player.
Your last player.
It's McGrath.
Paul McGrath.
Yeah. There you go.
Well. You get the Premiership iteration, though, unfortunately, of Paul McGrath. Washed up drunk. A washed up, bitter drunk. Fair enough.
You really
That's very harsh on Paul McGrath. No,
you really are making up the rules on the hop here, aren't you?
Yeah, they're my rules. All right then. So I've got one more pick. Have I? Yeah, I've got one more pick. How have I got that? How have you got your full team and I haven't got and I went first?
Because you're just taking players in and out as you want, and then just changing the rules as you go.
For my final pick, I'm not going to say, I've taken a long look at Paddy Kenny, but I'm not going for him. No. I'm going for the Irish Lothario, Dean Kiely. Dean Kiely, sexy boy. Anything you want to say about Dean Kiely, Johnny? I thought not only was he a great goalkeeper, really good goalkeeper, but really a ladies' man. A ladies' man, isn't he, old Dean? Lovely lad. Anything you want to say about Dean Kiely, Johnny?
Okay, I will tell you a story,
Oh, there's a story?
Yeah. So, my wife was out one night. She and I had actually broken up. This is many, many, many years ago, a long time ago. And she was calling me drunk. And she said she was at her friend's house. And she needed a lift home. Now, we weren't going out at the time. And I drove over there and I went into the house. There was people in the house. It was evident. And there was a bit of a small party going on. So there was about 8 people in the kitchen. And I walked in and one of them was Dean Kiely. I was like, okay, well, that is a surprise. I didn't expect that. I was there, look, I want to go home to bed. And I said, look, I'm going to go in the car. So anyway, I'm in the car waiting for however long. And she comes and she says to me in the car that Dean Kiely asked her where she was going. And she said, I'm going into the car with my ex-boyfriend. And Dean Kiely said, well, you could go home with your ex-boyfriend anytime, but you only get one chance to go home with Dean Kiely.
Baby! And she must lay awake at night regretting that decision every single day of her life. That chance, look at you. She could have been with Dean Kiely. And she picked you, the fucking mug.
To be fair to Dean Kiely, he had his teeth in. I don't think...
Yeah, he didn't. Oh, so good, isn't it? Like, you shouldn't be allowed your front teeth in if you're a goalkeeper. I want to see Alison Becker without your front teeth in. Not so handsome now, are you? Pretty boy. Yeah, all right, okay. So let's just go through our teams. So
let's
for me...
Let's hear your team there.
In goal, sexy Dean Casanova Kiely. In defence, I've got Dennis Irwin. In midfield, pulling the strings, Andy Reid. And up front, Niall Quinn and Robbie Keane. Oh, mate, there's no way you're going to be able to stop that team, Johnny.
Okay, well, here's my team. In goal, Shay Given with his... Let's just have a look here. Shay Given with his 134 caps for Ireland compared to Dean Kiely's... How many do you reckon he has?
8.
Dean Kiely has played more times for England under 16 than he played for the Republic of Ireland. He played 11 times for the Republic of Ireland and he played it for England under 18s. There you go. Anyway, yeah, okay. 134 compared to 11 caps. Okay, then in defence, I have Paul McGrath. In midfield, I have Keane Houlihan. And then Duffer is operating as a lone striker.
All right, but Roy Keane's already fucked off in his strop with you. He told you to stick it up your bollocks, so he's gone. Paul McGrath he's crying in the dressing room, nursing a drink. Wes Houlihan is a mid player anyway. Duffer's asleep. He's in bed, sleeping. Yeah, and you got Shay Given in goal. Terrible team. But look at my team.
Let me ask you, would you have put any of the following players into my team? Because these are the kind of, also worth mentioning. Stephen Ireland, bet you would have been great at 5-a-side. Andy Townsend, John O'Shea, Dave O'Leary, Richard Dunn, Stephen Carr, Steve Staunton. They're the other players of note.
O'Shea I had a sniff at, and Steve Staunton, but no, not really. This is the cream, isn't it, I think, here. Honestly, as an Irish fan, who was more valuable to Ireland? I guess Kilban was more valuable than Andy Reid, wasn't he, as a player?
Yeah, Reid didn't have a brilliant. Reid had a decent career with Ireland, but he didn't have a brilliant one. And
He was just so fucking fat, wasn't he? I mean, that was his problem. He was just a fat lad. If he'd been, God, he was good. He was so talented.
He was silky, wasn't he?
Oh, he was fat. A wand of the left foot. I mean, like, you know, it's all the cliches, but he really did have a beautiful left foot. But he just was a porker. I can remember him playing for Blackpool, I think, in their one season, and you could tell it was Andy Reid because he was just fatter than everyone else. He was just noticeably fatter.
He played for Forest, right?
Yeah, he played for Forest and then he came back to Forest. And I think he's still associated with Forest now. He really is a bit of a legend, you know. I mean, of the last 25 years when we've been terrible, I would say he is probably accepted to be our best player in that period, in our non-Premier League years.
Oh, really?
Him and Michael Dawson, yeah. I mean, he really was fabulous at Forest. When he was first there, I mean, I think he was bought for 6 mil, but back when 6 mil was, yeah, he was good.
Did he go to
really
Spurs?
Good. Yeah, we both went on a double deal, like Reid and Dawson, same day.
So would Martin Keown have gotten in either of those five-side teams?
Ooh.
So you have Irwin, Keane, Quinn, Reid, Kiley. So it's him or Dennis Irwin. And Dennis Irwin you take over Keown, especially in five-side. And
Yeah, you would, right?
McGrath or Keown?
McGrath was a better player, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, up yours, Keown.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is what I've written for the machine, okay? I'm going to run a simulation of a five-a-side football match with historic players. The rules are standard five-a-side, high intensity with a goalkeeper and 4 outfield players on each team. Can you please tell me the likely outcome of the game with a short analysis? Here we go, baby.
I wish I had a whistle.
Okay, Al, the results are in this high-intensity five-a-side match.
Yep.
Team B, my team, Team B would likely win with a scoreline of 6-4. The key difference will be Roy Keane's dominance in midfield, providing both defensive cover and driving Team B forward, which would overwhelm Andy Reid, weak Andy Reid, and leave Dennis Irwin exposed in defence. Shea Given's shot-stopping ability would also prove crucial in denying Robbie Keane and Niall Quinn, who would still manage to score due to their attacking quality. Damien Duff's pace and Wes Hoolan's creativity would exploit gaps in Team A's defence, while Paul McGrath's composure at the back would limit Team A's chances.
Composure?
Team A's reliance on individual attacking moments would keep them in the game, but Team B's superior balance, midfield control, and defensive organisation would ultimately secure the W.
Right, that's just bollocks, isn't it? I don't know, run it again. This is only because I just picked Dennis Irwin to fucking... Obviously, Roy Keane was the first pick, but I was doing it for the good of a podcast, whereas you was just trying to feed your fucking ego.
I'm still smarting from that comment about the table tennis in the last episode. When you said I was like Gary Neville.
And there it is. The crazy gang have beaten the Culture Club.
Nice to hear from folks. If you've got any suggestions for future drafts, it doesn't have to be along national lines, it can be anything.
Not dreadlocks, because Johnny's bloody suggestion every time. I always like, let's do a dreadlock 11. Dreadlock 5-a-side. Again, let's do a dreadlock. No.
Prison players who've been to prison? Is there enough of them? There gotta be.
Oh, you can find them. Oh, yeah, prison players.
But okay, thank you very much, Al.
Thanks very much, Johnny, and we'll see you next week.